Hi again, it's me, I'm Harry. I am a voice teacher in New Zealand, Aotearoa. Today I am going to react to Jin from BTS, and a couple of you, actually a lot of you, recommended this one to me, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one first. It's only 1:30 long, so I think I'm going to do another one after this. I'll see how I go. Yeah, and let's see what he's about. It looks like a ballad, he's at a piano, so okay, let's go.
그럴수록 내 맘속에 폭풍을 감당할 수 없게 돼 웃고 있는 가면 속에 진짜 내 모습을 다 드러내 And you wanna show love in this world 빛나는 나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제
Oh, that was so beautiful. I am very, very glad that you have asked me to react to this. That was absolutely stunning. His voice has such a nice, airy quality to it, yet it's still quite strong. His vibrato comes in almost effortlessly, and it reminds me of kind of the bases of kind of classical and musical theatre combo singing, but it definitely sounds like he's had some training. This is everything. I'm going to add this to my bedtime playlist and probably cry myself to sleep because that's what I do. Anyone else? Just me who's an emotional wreck? Let's listen to it again and I will try to run through the analysis in my head with you if I'm not too... Okay, let's take a pause here. There is a lot of breath, even though this is in his chest voice. There's a lot of breath coming out with these, and that is fine. For him, it makes the quality and the tone of his voice, and it's a really nice sound to have when you're doing ballads and softer songs. How that computes to him with BTS doing a lot more commercial pop sounding with his vocals, I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of that, so I'm not sure if he changes and manipulates his voice, which a lot of us do. And as a singer, you kind of should be able to do that. You should be able to come in and say, oh, I want a heavy sound for this part. Oh, I want an airy sound for this part. And if you can't work with that part of your voice, then it's something to think about practicing. He's got a little bit of vibrato on some of the ends of his notes and his phrases, and it sounds really nice. It's not too over the top. He's not dragging it out. He's just letting it happen. And it's really nice for, again, this style of music where he's, I don't know, I feel like he's pouring his soul out. Why don't I have the captions on? Oh, I can't. There's no captions. Boo. Oh well. So that part of it I really love. I'm not hearing much pitching on this whatsoever, which I love for live music. I love it when the live music doesn't have loads of effects on the microphone. There's a bit of reverb, kind of delay, echoey sound that you'll get, and that's fine. That's nice. It's good ambience. You can also really hear the sounds from the live mic he's using. So all of his pronunciation of h, p, b, t, all of these kind of sounds the mic will pick up on a lot more, and you can hear them if you're listening. So this is quite a typical sound that you'll get with a live mic. The only thing you can try to do is work on your pronunciation so it's not so obvious, but otherwise it doesn't matter. It's a live song. People are going to expect to hear a little bit of that. Stop before it gets me. So that lower chest part that he was doing in that section is bang on in his comfort zone. That is his natural happy place for his voice, and I love it. When he moved up through some of those notes, did you see how relaxed he was about this whole thing? There was no movement from here whatsoever, and I can't see any movement down here in his larynx, which often it's more noticeable with men, given that their larynxes have become Adam's apples. So what happens with your Adam's apple is it is your larynx. It is the bone of your larynx, and it tilts for men through their puberty years and will stick out from the tissue and skin kind of in front of you here. That is what an Adam's apple is. I'm not seeing any movement here, which is great, and we all know how much I love a stable larynx and a stable jaw, so I just can't believe how effortless that part was.
웃고 있는 가면 속에 진짜 내 모습을 다 드러내 I'm the one that you love in this world 빛나는 나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제야 깨달아
Da-da-da-da-da-da. So what he's doing there is he's going from his head voice, taking it down into his chest mix, and then up again a note in his chest mix. And it is so well controlled. Again, his position here is wonderful that he's not creeping up like this. And look at his tongue. There is no tension on his tongue whatsoever. He's really making the most of being able to drop his jaw and get these notes out with such full sound and no tension. I think his technique is absolutely phenomenal, and he is so well suited to this style of music. Oh my God, what would I give to sing a ballad with him one day? It would, I can dream. Dreams are free. Dreams are free. I'm going to go back and listen to the chorus. Sorry, I like it too much.
I'm the one that you love in this world 빛나는 나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제야 깨달아 So I love me 좀 부족해도 너무 아름다운 걸 I'm the one that you love
Love these little like lip movements, like little hooks that he's doing. I can't do it. It makes me like angry how much I love this song. I don't know if anyone else feels that, like can't contain how much I love this song. It's incredible. Let's go back and listen to the last bit.
나를 소중한 내 영혼을 이제야 깨달아 So I love me 좀 부족해도 너무 아름다운 걸 I'm the one that you love
He's finishing the ends of his notes really cleanly, which is quite nice. In ballads, quite often, people will let the air just kick in and trail the note out. But on that one, he ended it really smoothly. Do another one because I'm loving everything about his voice right now. Okay, I'm going to do Yours from Jin. A few people recommended it to me as well. And yeah, let's see what this is about.
깊어진 하루 길어진 내 그림자 저 멀리 해는 저물고 있어 짙어가는 어둠 속에서 헤매고 있나 봐 이곳에 갇혀버린 걸까 아직도 숨 쉬는 건 그곳에다가 가야 해 Every day you seem too far away Every time you do I tell myself 이건 깊은 내 숨결들 시간이 멈춰버린 곳 이젠 다 되돌려야 해 Every day you seem too far away Every time I do I tell myself 이곳에서 기다리고 있어 Every night I see you in my heart Every time I do I end up crying 어둠 속에 너를 불러주면 흘러있는 태양이 숨쉬는 곳 난 아직 이대로 멈춰 Every day you seem too far away Every time you do I tell myself 이곳에서 기다리고 있어 Every night I see you in my heart Every time I do I end up crying 어둠 속에 너를 불러주면
I don't know what you guys are trying to do to me. This is so beautiful. I love ballads. I'm a ballad girl. I always have been, I always will be. And if you leave me to my own devices, I will write you ballads all day long, every day, because they're my favorite. So I'll go back and there's a couple of things I wanted to say. I don't have a whole lot other than how beautifully done this is. His technique is wonderful. There's nothing wrong, nothing unhealthy, nothing that my ears are going, oh, hey, listen to that. Because I think it's any kind of out of place when I'm talking about analyzing. I don't need to tell you about it because it's so beautiful. And let's go back and listen.
깊어진 하루 길어진 내 그림자 저 멀리 해는 저물고 있어 짙어가는 어둠 속에서
Sorry, did you hear the vibrato coming in at the end of that last note? Oh, and then he just dropped it off and it was so effortless.
저 멀리 해는 저물고 있어 짙어가는 어둠 속에서 헤매고 있나 봐 이곳에 갇혀버린 걸까
So all of this is still in his chest, and that last note maybe in his chest mix voice. He's got a lot of air coming through, which I love about his voice. This is even airier than Epiphany that I just reacted to. So he's manipulating his voice so well with what he wants for the sound of this song. It's really breathy, and that really helps link it into these high notes that he's doing for the chorus. It keeps it consistent the whole way through. That last note, da-da, is up in his chest mix, and he's kept the dynamics so restrained without any tension. It is a really beautiful example of how you should be using your chest mix. You should be able to use it both for belting and not for belting and have it still sound a good quality that is not putting any tension on your voice. His head voice is so clear. It is slightly in a head mix. There's still a bit of strength to it, but there's also that really breathy quality that is our head voice. And his pronunciation of the words in his head voice is really, really awesome. Quite often when we're up in our head voice, we lose a lot of the pronunciation in the words that we're saying, and he's kept them really strong. You can hear everything that he's saying, and that's not always easy when we're so high up in our head voice. I really also love his vibrato coming in at the ends. He's really choosing when to let that vibrato come through. I love his chest mix, and I love how strong he's brought it out here. If he wanted to make that a bigger belt, he could have put more air behind it, and I feel it might have just been a little bit more supported. He may also have been holding it back so he doesn't peak a microphone, things like that. There are reasons why we would hold back our upper chest mix belts, but as a general rule, you shouldn't. You should leave, if you're going to belt a note and you're going to attack it with that much force, you should see it through. You should really have enough pressure there supporting underneath your vocal folds to keep them going at the rate they need to go so they don't cause any strain or tension. So it has a little bit more of a kind of reaching sound to it, and by reaching I mean instead of which is a belt sound. And that's what I mean by if you opened it up and really let out that pressure, then it may have just sounded a bit bigger. But like I say, when you have more air pressure coming out your mouth, there's more air pressure hitting the microphone, and therefore you can peak the microphone. There is only so much producers can do depending on how much you're peaking the microphone, so that may have been a reason that he was holding it back.
Every day you seem too far away. Every time you do, I tell myself 이곳에서 기다리고 있어. Every night I see you in my heart. Every time I do, I end up crying. 어둠 속에 너를 불러주면.
That is a nicer sounding belt to me, that there is a little bit more support under there, and I love it. I love everything about those harmonies, everything about the transition from the music. It is a really, really good last build or pre-chorus. On these last la da das, and probably the other ones, I wasn't really listening for it, but he's holding back his vibrato. It would be so easy to let the vibrato out on the end of those notes. And he's keeping a straight tone on them until that very last one where he lets it out and elongates it a bit. It takes a lot of control to be able to keep a straight tone, even on short notes like that. They don't seem like they're long notes where the vibrato would creep out. Your vibrato's going to creep out wherever it wants.
La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da.
I love Jin's music. I think he is fabulous. Can't wait for him to come back. Thank you so much for recommending these songs. I am so glad that I gave them a listen and reacted to them. I'm going to try and get Suga and V's done, so please bear with me for that. And then afterwards, I'll try to move on to some things probably outside of K-pop for a little while, and then I'll come back to it later on. Just because I don't want the channel to get too orientated around one genre or one group or anything like that. So I'll go and do a few other things and come back to K-pop later. So thanks again for recommending and for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.